Hello, I'm Debbie Kay with the League of Women Voters of Portland. We're here today at MetroEast Community Media to do our Video Voters Guide, an opportunity to help you, the voter, be well informed about candidates. With me today, I have Michael Langley, running for House District 47. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you so much for the invitation. Appreciate it.
Glad to have you. Tell us about your background briefly and why you're running for office. What do you hope to accomplish?
I'm a business guy, a college degree out of the University of Tennessee, and then I took some classes at Mount Hood Community College. Kind of local, been here since '75. And the purpose of I work for Smitty's golf shop, and then I do stuff as an independent contractor for Nike, and then I have my own business on the side, so I really kind of like 3 jobs. So I'm a real business advocate. Plus I also do, with the Park Rose School Board, K-12 on the Budget Committee, which we have meetings last Monday and then starting this week or next week. And so I got really interested in the education process and taking care of the local business guy. Then I ran for mayor last term under the same kind of platform to try to help the local business guys. And then as you learn and go, you learn the civics of the situation, what an amazing town we have, but you have to learn and go along, but we have to make some changes. So I wanted to bring a business aspect to the race or to the legislature.
Thank you. Tell me about your neighborhood. What does your district encompass? What are the specific issues that concern your constituents?
It's kind of noted as East County, so it's kind of Glendevere over to Marine Drive, over to Foster, down to the river up to Gresham. So it's an older district in the sense that not so much urban renewal has been over there. So I'm trying to be an advocate for my district is really what it is. Mm-hmm. And after spending some time with the school board, trying to get some more money for the kids, and that's a real tricky situation to try to get some money for the kids, and then try to help the local business people. The middle class has really kind of been taxed, and they carry a big burden. So we need to look for other resources. So I'm just trying to be an advocate for my folks. Mm-hmm. I think sometimes we get short-shelved a little bit in the grand scheme of things because, West is the big growth area and that kind of. So I think we have a different voice and a business voice to try to stimulate some jobs and to redirect some money towards the kids.
Do you have anything you want to say about the DEQ air quality situation that Portland's encountering right now? How does that impact your district?
Well, we don't have a lot of hard manufacturing over in my district as far as that goes. There used to be, but it's all kind of gone away. I'll say this about that is that there's lots of good laws on the books, and we just had an advocate come in last week, and she said the same thing that I was talking about, where there's lots of great laws, but we just need some enforcement, and we need the staff to enforce those particular laws. Sure, we need to relook at everything, but I don't know that it's an issue, and we need to take a look at it. But the laws are in place. We just have to enforce the laws. We need the staff to enforce those laws.
Okay, thank you. What do you think that the Oregon legislature can do to create more jobs and economic development for our state?
Oregon is, if you look at it, is not very business friendly, and the businesses that do come in sometimes end up leaving. We lose a lot of businesses to other states because of tax breaks and incentives. We need to keep some of those businesses here because that's the only way we're going to get jobs. And jobs are the creation of money that we can use for schools, for better business, for street improvements, for just basic improvements, for security on the light rail. Some of our people are really afraid to ride the light rail. I talked about this when I ran for mayor too. Because of the lack of safety that they feel on the light rail. So there's a lot of different just common sense issues that we need to take care of.
But do you have specific ways that you would want to build the economic development in Oregon?
Well, we have to be more tax friendly. So we have to be a little more accommodating to some of the businesses, and we can be selective about the businesses that come in. But too often we say no. We may make the bar too high for businesses that want to come in and participate in the area.
So you're talking additional tax breaks or reduced tax burden in some way?
Reduced tax burden is an incentive in maybe the first 5 to 6 years, and then they start picking up. But there can be community involvement, especially in the educational sector, where maybe that they don't pay as much taxes, but they participate in the local schools with some campaigns or maybe some vocational training. I'd really love to see vocational training come back to our schools to generate jobs for these kids that are disenfranchised. The schools are so important. Sometimes the meal that these kids get at school is the only meal that they have. There's a lot of inequitable economics on those kids that come to school. They go home to an empty house. We have to find some money, and that's going to be redirecting some of the lottery money, getting some more businesses in here for jobs to generate some tax income, and getting some of those businesses in lieu of taxes to support the local schools in their area, become a greater part of the community.
Thank you. What particular issues do you want to discuss? We have about a minute and a half.
Just getting back to a little common sense. The state legislature has kind of gotten all. It's an old boy network, in the sense that it's kind of held by one particular party, and we need to get some different voices in there, and we need to be able to say no, or maybe not yet. Everything's not always blue skies and white fluffy clouds. We try to do that, and we need to take care of these kids. We need to find some common sense resources and maybe redirect some money that we'd like to do, but into more taking care of the kids and getting some local businesses involved.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Do you want to say anything more about specifics of changing the tax structure?
Well, if you want to get into that, I'd like to see a flat tax when it gets right down to that. I'm a big advocate of making things just as simple as we possibly can. Nobody under $35,000 pays a penny in taxes, because it's you talk about raising the minimum wage. We need to do more than just raising the minimum wage in order to make it equitable for these folks. You see these people having to pay the rental properties have gone up outrageously, and I'm normally kind of a free market kind of guy, but I'm really upset with the amount of rent that goes up for people that are working hard, and they have a tax burden on them, and their rent's going up 23%, 35%. In the same year, that is not correct. How do they provide for those children? How do they create jobs? How do they make a life? How do they have any kind of hope? We have no hope.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to do.
Thank you. I want to remind voters that the last day to register to vote in Oregon is April 26th, and that ballots must be mailed or delivered by Tuesday, May 17th. Thank you very much.